Welcome back, everybody, to Champions League. We have a fun match here tonight. It is the new and hopefully improved Lotus versus Bloom. And this is one that I am so excited for. I'm very interested in this because Bloom obviously have been the best, and Lotus, it's been a rough season, and it definitely has not gone the way they want it to. So we really need to see a bounce back here because Lotus have a small outside shot at playoffs, especially due to the help of all the upsets we've had this week. But what that means is you really need to be winning for most of the time from here on out. Predictions are live. Jax, you can be in their call. You cannot be spectating in game, and they cannot screen share. So you're good to be in call. But we're waiting for one player to get back from the bathroom. But I mean, I'm so excited for this match. This should be a really good one. We're going to give the teams the all good to go. My Rocket League is bugging, so I need to fix it real quick. But ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get underway. It is Bloom, it is Lotus, and who knows what could happen? It's Champions League. There's been a lot of chaos this week with upsets, and maybe this new and improved Lotus has a little bit of magic in the tank, as this one will be opened up on the scorecards by JT. As this one gets back underway. Okay. I don't get time to talk. Just another kickoff goal for Lotus. What's going on here? This one is a bit confusing to see go like this early on, but Household Nuck finally makes his first pitch appearance since the early weeks of the season. He is one of the reigning champions from season 2, and he's, I mean, playoffs are kind of a long shot for Lotus, but he's looking to lead the team on a bit of a comeback, as he helped do with Most Hated last season. And now, as this continues to go on, I mean, it feels crazy to say Bloom are down in a match a minute in, but it is true. And I question how this is going to have Bloom changing up how they play because of the fact, but it's definitely going to be something that we have to see develop as this goes on. But Bloom are kind of team bumping a little bit. They're kind of stumbling over each other just a little bit, and it's definitely not normal of them to do so. So far, a relatively quiet game outside those first two kickoff goals. Neither team being able to break each other in the more normal Rocket League section of the gameplay. But who knows? When this man Pax is on the ball, he can definitely make some magic happen, but he just hasn't been able to find any so far. Crude, you have missed it. It was 2 kickoff goals in the first 5 to 10 seconds from Lotus. And we've had nothing left. Or since. I want to see as this goes on What Bloom really want to do to bounce back from this deficit, as it's not a position they find themselves often in. Ooh. Pax almost got that to go past JT, but unfortunately he couldn't. But JT has an awkward touch, and Nug is going to have to quickly dive in front of it, and he will. And this one stays at a 2-goal lead. Elias had an open net and put it off the crossbar. Interesting decisions, as this one is shot on target by Calm, but he just cannot quite get it to go. And this is a tough position for Bloom, as they really just, I mean, they've found some shots, but they haven't been able to really get their signature offense going. I will alert everyone is that roster lock is a little over 24 hours away, and there's going to be some interesting moves happening. But speaking of interesting moves, we finally see Bloom bust out the passing plays, as they will put this one within one. Calm trying to take this now. It just wants to try to get it to the blue half of the pitch, but JT gets a beautiful beat. Nug looking for the shot over 1/2, and the Season 2 champion has put his team in a stellar position to win Game 1. As Team Bloom tried to look for a response, and this one just hasn't quite gone their way. And they did get the one good team passing play, but it feels like something's just a little bit off for Bloom. And Calm not quite able to get around this one. I think they've definitely been caught off guard by this new Lotus squad. And while Lotus don't... Again, Lotus are not mathematically eliminated from playoffs. The best they can end is 7-7 with a +2 game differential. But 8-7 with about a +5 game differential. But or 8-6. I'm tripping a little bit. But Lotus have found the first game needed, and so now they're just 2 away.
Yeah, man.
Hello, Crude. Welcome in.
Yep.
Ready to make your casting debut?
Yes, I am. Hopefully, I'm not gonna face first-hand embarrassment, but it's alright. I'm good.
Yeah, right now, it's definitely an interesting one, because kind of just a surprising result seeing Lotus take Game 1, and dare I say, they kind of took it handily.
With their 1-6 record and -14 game difference, and with the new roster, they could pull off a nice victory here versus Team Bloom.
Yeah, that's the thing. This upset would be... I mean, this would be probably one of the best upsets of the season, as we get back into Game 2 here. And Calm is going to score immediately, finally getting a little bit of revenge for the kickoff goals that they scored in the previous game on them.
Yeah, Lotus having the taste of their own medicine from the last match, 2 back-to-back kickoff goals last time out, and now Calm looks to pull one back. in the same fashion.
Yeah, and the thing that I want to see from both teams is getting some non-kickoff goals, because when you remove the kickoff goals that have happened so far this series, the total goal count is 1-1. And so I want to see a little bit more offense out of both teams. I mean, Lotus didn't really need to show much offense last game due to being at the advantageous position early on. But this game, now they're down one early on, as Mist will go for this ball, just trying to keep it away, but Nug is quickly there for the coverage, and Pax will get a pass out to Calm, so the ball is cleared.
Yeah, right now, Lotus have not won a game in almost a month. The last time they won was on the 16th of May, first Tier 1 and a 3-2 victory. And it's looking positive. GT is looking for a play, but Calm is there.
I'm shocked that you know
up.
that firsthand. How do you know that date, like, just on hand, man?
I don't know, no question. Just got that
But yeah, they haven't won a series in quite a long time, and that Tier 1 series was against an old Tier 1 that obviously didn't find much success. But now Mist trying to get the ball down, and Calm will take over, but just doesn't really have the boost to do much. And I feel like that's been a big focal point so far, is the fact that they just have not had a lot of boost on either side of the pitch.
Yeah, right now, Team Bloom is looking for just probably boost starving and just getting on heavy pressure, especially from the last match, which was 2 kickoff goals. And the fact that they got 1 near the end solidifies that they probably can come back with this match. As long as they hold on the pressure and good defense, I think they can pull off a win. Just like that, Elias versus does pull the strings to be 1-1.
A great job by Elias to just recognize the open space, and unfortunately Mist just could not quite get there. For everyone just tuning in, Lotus took game 1 after scoring 2 kickoff goals in the first 10 seconds and finishing the game 3-1. This new Lotus team definitely seems a bit more revitalized, as they have some unfamiliar faces here in CL. I haven't seen JT around too much, and Elias Roses has made some appearances as he gets a beautiful save to keep this one even. And then, of course, for this roster, they've got the Season 2 champion and Season 1 runner-up Household Nug. So, Nug leading these rookies in CL into this unknown environment, but so far it looks good.
Yeah, right now, Elias Roses and JT have both been just free agents, and they showed to prove themselves, I believe, in multiple FA showdowns. The last time I saw Elias Roses was a FA showdown, which included, I believe, me, Sly, and a few other, I'd say, popular free agents that have shown to be quite good for their rating. And he was I believe he scored a debut goal in their first FA showdown with a flip reset, if I remember correctly. And same
His last
and,
appearance
JT,
was on a team. I'm teasing you.
Okay.
You're not wrong about the free agent showdown, but Elias's last appearance was actually playing for LSV in, I believe it was week 5, and he had a good showing there where he did pull out a win. But Nug will need to find some defense here. It's popped over his head, but a beautiful save out of the champion will keep this one tied, and somehow Lotus continue to keep their heads above water, but they still do need to find some offense.
Yeah, Pax is looking for a play to get themselves ahead with 45 seconds remaining. JT is there to end the play. Missed the 190s, passing mid for Calm. Calm gets the shot, good save by the Season 2 champion. And now Miss is there to clean and possibly get a clearance. Pax is there to claim. Gets the flip reset. JT to claim.
Yeah, that is something to note for for those who forgot, like Daniel, Nug was originally the first round draft pick of Bloom, but was dropped in favor of Calm. And so a little bit of a revenge match for Nug. And I mean, we all remember what happened last time Nug got a chance at revenge. He went on that tour, JT to the backboard, but Elias does not have the boost to get there. And now we head to overtime.
Yeah, Lotus honestly looking good as of the past around 2 minutes, and they've had good defense. Every player's shown quite strong defense, same with offense. And Bloom has shown quite strong offensive pressure. And here's Nug, the Season 2 champion, getting on off the floor.
Yeah,
Last time out for Bloom, he was
yeah, I was going to say, Nug brings a lot of presence on the pitch because he can bump and demo. He can be really annoying. He isn't like a mechanical offensive carry, but he's a really solid second/third man, and he just brings a lot of utility with the bumps and demos. And JT is the high rank for this team, sitting at 252. And again, this is the guy I have not seen at all. I know he's been around 6-mans, so he definitely has the most question marks around him, but so far he's done good.
He's shown that. I've seen him in 6-mans. He's strong. He's very. I'd say he's very strong for his rating, and he well exceeds it. And he went with a good team. He can play really well. And Elias Roses, at least in my experience, he's very good. I think it's a good roster. Same with Nug, showing to be a good balance player between that like defensive and offensive position. There's a good demo from Roses. Nug's not there to compete with that.
Daniel, I'd like to remind you in the chat that you lost to Lag last week. But Lotus are coming off of a forfeit win from Twisted Isolation, that suspension team, but Pax will just put this on home, and JT unfortunately backflips off the post. What I was gonna say was Twisted Isolation had the suspensions, and so they weren't able to play, and that's why Bloom didn't get to play last week, but we're finally starting to see them come alive.
Yeah, honestly, Bloom looking good, but it was a bit of a fluke on the post by JT. Maybe it could have been saved by Nug if he was on that packet loss 60 ping, but we'll never know. And JT probably regretting that decision, but it probably all stems from Bloom just boost starving because they were all, I believe, low boost, and it caused them to be very awkward.
And as we get back into this, I mean, this Lotus team looks good, but I need to see more offense out of them because this previous game, the offense kind of fell off as the game went on. So you need to make sure that you're having consistent offensive pressure throughout the game because you aren't going to win these low-scoring affairs against a team like Bloom if you can't score.
As we saw last week, a good example of this low scoring but high. Oh, there's a good shot by Calm being there for the pass by Pax. Pax gets his boost stolen by JT, but it doesn't matter. Gets the touch off the wall. JT does miss, and Elias Rogers just gets beat to that by Calm. Good shot by him to the left side of the net.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, for the side of Bloom, this feels a lot better. I feel like the first game was definitely a bit concerning. Second game was a bit of a scare, but this is the Bloom we know and love to see as Elias Roses will take to the skies, puts it off the ceiling, but Calm is quickly there for the coverage. JT following up, puts it off the back wall, but he just doesn't have someone in position to field this, as it will be Calm getting right back to it. And even with the demo on the back side, the offensive opportunity just goes by the wayside.
Yeah, Lotus are looking to just waste offensive opportunities. We've seen them have, like, let's say, pre-open nets or very open opportunities, but their net get. Oh, what the? Wow, Pax just slots it in. Some very messy defense from Lotus here. Nug just gets faked, I guess, by Mist.
By Calm. Yeah,
Oh,
calm full
Yeah,
dove and face planted into the back wall, and Nug fully believed Calm would have that. But right now for Lotus, it's looking a bit more jittery, and it also just, I would also say it's Bloom ramping up. And this is what they do. They heat up as series goes on. And so that's where it's like, hey, the fact that it takes them a few games doesn't quite surprise me, as JT tries to surprise with the shot over the top of his teammate, but Pax had that read all the way to keep it at 2-0.
Yeah, Bloom showing off some great defense here under pressure by Lotus. Lotus have shown some good physicality, good pressure, but they have not been able to capitalize because I feel like they have gone too defensive. I feel like on their positioning, like we've seen Nug and I think JT be too far positioned back. I think off of multiple chances, so they've not been able to capitalize. But they are looking pretty good offensively, especially from their last affair in the league.
Yeah, the offenses look better, but I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. They're just hanging too far back. And I've seen moments where the third man isn't in a position to go when he really could have, and things like that. As Mist will send for this one, but he can't quite get anything. Elias is trying to dodge a demo from Mist, and this is where Bloom have that other kind of presence on the pitch. It's through the physicality. Nug trying to rip a shot, can't quite get a touch on it. JT's dunk not gonna come through as Calm keeps it away.
Yeah, Lotus are playing like a balance. It's not a good balance, but they're playing a very risky balance. There's a double commit by Nug and Roses. What I've seen is that they've tried JT like in the last offense by Lotus. He committed as third man when he was low boost, and no one else had any high boost either. So if it could have gone easily wrong, but it did work in their favor on the pressure side of things. But it did not result in anything from what I've seen.
Yeah, so far, not a lot of offensive results from Lotus. Maybe this is it, but a beautiful save out of Pax puts it in a position where there is just no rebound for Lotus. And that has about been the story of the game for Lotus. Close, but not close enough, as Nug will try to shoot again. Miss gets in front. Elias follow up. No, it takes a little more from JT, and Lotus have this within one finally.
Yeah, the defense by Bloom has been absolutely wonderful. They have a total of, I believe, 6 saves under their name within, let's see, how many shots? I believe it's 7 shots. Out of 7 shots, they saved 6, which is a great ratio to hold. And the defense by Pax, Calm, and Mist have just been amazing. The pressure by Lotus has been high, which is why they scored the last. But Bloom finally gave in to the pressure last goal.
Yeah, but the thing is, it took all that to crack this Bloom defense, and it's going to take a little bit more, as JT was hanging back rather wisely. But with 45 seconds left to go, it's crunch time. You need to go if you are the side of Lotus. Nug throws this one down in range, but the problem is he doesn't have a teammate to receive it. Now JT goes up that sidewall, goes for the ceiling, and a bit of an interesting decision is going to take away ball possession from Lotus. Them on the backside, though, opens the net, but again, nobody was ready to go, and these offensive problems continue to plague Lotus, where no one's ready to go on a play. A beautiful clear from Calm keeps it away, and with 10 seconds left, all 3 members of Bloom are on the sidewall, but it doesn't matter as they get to it first. Final opportunity, JT puts it high, and the demo on the sidewall comes back to bite him, as Miss was back with the full tank. Elias can't touch it, and Bloom take the series lead.
Yeah, Lotus is not looking clinical enough on that offense. And they also got to work on their defense a little bit. I think their defense is fine, a bit messy, definitely needs to be worked on. Keep in mind, this team is brand new, being signed very recently. This is their first time together, I believe, as a team inside of a league match. So it's definitely good first impressions for Jax, which I believe is watching this match. but they got to work on their pressure. I think the physicality has been great. The offensive demos have been very nice. I think from everyone on Lotus, just they've not been able to get like good shots off. Quantity over quality for sure.
Yeah, I mean, in this game, what's crazy is the shots were dead even. And it just felt like Team Bloom had much more quality opportunities. And like you said, and as we get ready to go into this next game, do Lotus have enough to bring us to a game 5? I mean, it started off strong, but ever since the 2 kickoff goals just hasn't quite gone their way. Let's find out if they can work a little bit of magic here.
It's a good attempt off the kickoff once again, just like the first game. A bit of deja vu coming in from Elios Roses, almost getting the flip reset, and it's just not great of a shot. It was saved by Calm, I believe. Pax is now going up. Roses with a challenge, a good bump by him. JT challenging his third man. It's getting punished by Mist. A good shot, open net, and JT a very selfish challenge to try to get possession of the ball while being unaware of his teammate in the back corner.
Yeah, and I gotta ask you, Crude, what does Lotus really need to do to bring this back, and at least maybe mentally? How do you stay grounded after giving up that first goal?
I mean, at least what I'd say is they just got to keep themselves better. They got to give themselves better positions. Like the offense is there, I feel like, but they've just not positioned themselves well for some of the. Like last game we saw, and here's Pax shot, but like last game we saw Lotus have multiple pretty open chances for goals. I believe I'd say maybe even over 2, but they cannot capitalize over it. But no, good shot. Just okay. Like they had multiple open chances, I believe, last game, but they just did not capitalize over it whatsoever, even with the high pressure. And there's what a miss by Roses in the what I'd say open net.
Yeah, and I mean, I gotta be honest, it just feels a bit scattered from Lotus, and it's not really surprising to see in a team's first outing, but what hurts is this first outing is so important for their playoff chances, but Pax is just slicing and dicing you to bits.
Yeah, Pax with a good shot, being as clinical as ever. Bloom, after the first match, we did not, like you said, it takes time for Bloom to warm up and just get oh, it's a goal from Pax off the kickoff. 3-0 here. Is looking to close out the series on a 3-1 win, possibly. Lotus could come back if they can increase their pressure, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's not looking likely here so far, as, I mean, again, the series started off strong from Lotus, and it just pittered out, but bit of a confusing one from Calm, as he will just redirect this on his own net. Okay, Lotus are within 2.
I mean, it would not be CL if there wasn't for own goals. I feel like we see at least 2 own goals every week. At this point, it's become routine. And I believe last time, and I believe versus Lag Bloom, I believe that was their last match that they played. Lag versus Bloom. I believe Calm did the exact same thing and scored an own goal.
All
Lag.
3 of them did it. All 3 of them did it.
God.
Yeah. As Elias looks for a beautiful double tap out of the corner, and I mean, I did not think this would find its way in, but somehow Elias puts on the smooth moves and has his team within 1.
Well, Lotus looking bright after that own goal and a nice double tap from Roses. They're looking like they can maybe bring a comeback as long as they keep the defense on and not letting Bloom find another goal. Talking about that, they almost let another one in. Now on the counter offense. What do you think, Shadow? What do you think that they can do to keep their offensive pressure on and maybe find 2 extra goals to win the match and make it even and go to game 5?
I think they just need to stay calm and composed, because it's plenty of time, 2.5 minutes, to score a goal. And you've seen that Bloom have been kind of slacking today. So it is not like your chances are just done. And so you really need to make sure that you are waiting for that opportunity. There's no need to full send for it, as this may be the opportunity they were looking for, and indeed it is. Elias Roses yet again off a beautiful pass from JT.
Well, great, just capitalization off of the Bloom defense is just mistake, and Elias Rose is the 230 coming in as the mid-salve Lotus to prove himself to maybe be the most clinical player on that team so far. Great save from him too, and getting that good 50 against Mist. Now we have Nug coming in on the offense.
And I mean, with this being a tie game, Lotus just need one more to potentially send this to game 5. But again, I mean, it's Bloom you're facing. You know that if you make one slip up, they will get you punished for it, as that one was almost a punish, but Calm's the last one back. But Nug just opts to rip the shot. Maybe a misread on how much boost Calm had. JT puts it over the top, though, and he's got the goal. And this one's just a lead for Lotus, and maybe a game 5 on the horizon.
Looks like we're going... With 1:17 left, Lotus just got to hold on to that defense, and it looks like we're going to game 5. Lotus are, and there's a good shot from Nug, good save from Mist coming in, and it looks like we're going to game 5 as of right now. Lotus sitting at 1-6. If they lose this match, they're 1-7, and playoff hopes dim so much. And
Elias got through. Elias got through. It's going to be another goal. Hat trick for Elias Roses in the clutch. And it's a 5-3 lead for Lotus.
Elias Roses has proven himself so well in this match. And he's dropped almost 800 points, 3 goals, an assist, and 3 saves. It's a very nice ratio to everything. And it's another clearance from him. He's just proven to be a very strong player in this match, and and off the post.
Beautiful save out of Nug to keep Pax at bay, and I mean, that is just such a great job. And I mean, this one will go in. I was about to say you can hear the crowd at Champions Field calling, but hold on. Pax silences their voices for at least a little bit.
Pax with a great shot, top corner. I mean, the defense of Lotus is still quite messy. It's just the offense has redeemed them. No one's sitting backboard. Everyone's low boost. No one's getting pads. It's sloppy, but it's holding them on for now. But we don't know how long it can hold them on, especially with that only 1-goal lead and 15 seconds to spare.
Yeah, and with just 10 seconds, I mean, Bloom are on the wrong half of the pitch. They do get it down to the right end, but the problem is they don't have ball control until now. Pax looking for the back wall, but Nug plays solid defense to keep it out, but Calm keeping it up, and Elias Roses is awkward, but a backflip will end it. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to game 5.
This series is looking very promising. I mean, that match from Lotus is looking really good. They just got to polish the defense, and they could win this series, I feel like. I mean, on offense, they're dominant. Bloom had this match, they had pretty messy defense compared to their last match. Sure, they've had, 6 saves, but it's not shown with Lotus scoring 5. It's very sloppy from both sides on defense.
Yeah, I think this next game comes down to whoever can figure out the defense first. But, I mean, Calm said in the chat he needs 1 own goal every series. I wonder if he's going to come and... I mean, I wonder if it's going to come back to haunt him here. As we get ready to go to Champions Field, I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, this is such an important part of Lotus's playoff chances. A win here would be absolutely massive. But the question is, and Nug went on the wrong, Miss went on the wrong team. But do Lotus have enough in the gas tank to pull off an upset in the debut of this new roster? Let's find out as Champions Field is underway.
There we just saw what I talked about in match, I believe 3, and they had an offense. Elias Rose got a middle, pretty open net, and no one was there to capitalize. It's constantly haunted them throughout these games. I feel like Lotus has been objectively the best team on offense this series, but oh, what a mistake from Pax and Calm. I feel like Lotus has been the most dominant team in this series when it comes to offense, but that they've just not been able to capitalize. They just got to do some polishing. And a win here is, I feel like, necessary, especially with their record of 1-6. It was similar to how Galactic were, I believe, 0-5, and were able to find 2 back-to-back wins until losing to Reapers in a 3-1 loss from just not putting enough pressure on.
Yeah, and Lotus did find that pressure that they needed to in the last game, but the big question is, can you convert it over? Pax is back to fend off Nug, but this one bouncing back towards the blue half of the field, but Elias doesn't have a lot of boost for this catch. He will get it over to J2, who takes it off the sidewall, looking to work it on and miss, but not going to be able to, as Nug plaps it back to the middle, and it's going to be Elias there. Elias might have found a shot, but it's just too weak as it's easily swatted away by Calm, but a demo on the backside leaves the net open and Nug snipes it!
The Season 2 champion has come in with the open net shot off the aerial, needing to quickly capitalize off of that. JT almost saved it, or stole his goal, but Nug finding a goal to put themselves in the lead with 3 minutes to spare in Game 5.
Yeah, and the thing is, now you've got one of the toughest jobs in CL. Fend off the 1-seed Bloom for 3 minutes. But if any team can do it, maybe it's this team that has some magic here in this series. And this one gets through, but Nug just cannot find the shot angle. Will back pass it to Elias Roses, but the problem is it's low boost bars for the side of Lotus, but Nug gets in front of it. And this is exactly why he is a champion in CL. He does so much on both ends of the pitch as Calm is sent packing. JT trying to run interference, can't quite find much, and Elias can't quite get the touch that he wants. Missed will clear.
Yeah, honestly, they just need to hold on. Pre-jump from JT, it's successful, and it's working in their favor. Nug getting the clear. Calm's going to be up for this one. And just, it's looking good for Lotus, honestly. Their defense has been that sloppy this game.
Oh, no!
And it's just looking good. Nug with the shot. Oh, it's 2-0 for Lotus. And it's looking very, very positive. As Nug scores his 2nd goal of the match, he's looking to be their carry, the Season 2 champion.
What is going on? Bloom are about to be upset. 2 minutes to score 2 goals. Need to find their way back, but Calm is the man who can take charge. Can't quite get it to work, but he will get Elias to jump. But the thing is, there's just no follow-up, and Elias will clear.
Yeah, they have 1:50 to hold on. A good bump coming in from Rose. JT keeping on that pressure. I mean, their rotations are looking a lot more solid now. They're not acting as what a bump. They're not looking as bad as they did when it comes to rotations in the past games, and it's looking very, very strong. Lotus could possibly keep this defensive lead up, and I think they can. What just happened over there? I think they could keep this lead up.
Yeah, everyone was kind of just playing patty cake in the corner. Nog looking to work it through too, not quite able to, but Pax will clear long to miss, but the pass doesn't come through, and now it's a minute left to go for Bloom, and I've got a little bit of a secret that I know about that's gonna make this game so much more damaging if Bloom cannot win. Lotus with the new roster looking completely revitalized. Pax shot, JT no, miss follow through no, JT keeping it out, Elias clears, and this one's back to the Bloom end.
This is possibly, I mean, I don't remember the other games too well, but I feel like this could possibly series of the week. The #1 seed losing to by statistics, the worst team in the league. I believe they have a 6-20 match record, which is absolutely horrendous. And them winning versus the #1 seed could be the upset of the season.
Yeah, and with this countdown, it's gonna be over. For the second time this season in CL, the 20 seed has upset the 1 seed, and that's how this will go down. Oh my goodness.
I mean, what a series. Ending Game 5, Nug pulling off an incredible performance in Game 5. 600 points dropped by him. Two goals, 3 saves. I mean, they looked spectacular in the final match. Bloom did not show their usual offensive prowess as they normally do in the league. I mean, the past few games of the series, they looked strong on offense, but it slowly just dissipated this game. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, but that is just such a great job out of this new Lotus roster. What a win. And we will be bringing in the entirety of the Lotus team. You guys, welcome in. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I gotta ask you guys. Obviously, like, you just came together, and you're going against the best team in the league. What did you really need to do to make sure it all meshed?
We're the best team in the league, by the way. So.
Okay, buddy.
It's pretty much no one really has an ego on this team. We work together as a team, and we're not putting pressure on ESJT is the higher sal, but we're not putting any pressure on him whatsoever to do the job that he needs to do. We work as a team to make sure that we're all the same sal, and we're not, putting somebody on a pedestal.
Fair enough. Now, I gotta ask you guys. It started out going well, and then Bloom started coming back, and they had you guys on the ropes. It was 2-1. What did you have to do to bring that back?
I mean, pretty much we changed game plans. We had one going in. It didn't really work the way we wanted to do it, so we changed a couple of things that we had worked on when we scrimmed another high team that we actually did very well against. So we switched game plans, and as you can see, it worked.
Fair enough. Now, I gotta ask you guys, looking ahead, you guys are now 2-6. It's a negative 13 game differential. You're currently at 19th seed in the league. The highest the lowest playoff spot available, Twisted Isolation, 4-4, negative 3 game differential. Does this weigh on you guys as the season goes on, trying to make that rush for the playoffs, or are you guys just taking it 1 week at a time?
Absolutely not. We have the best record in this league.
I told the guys whenever I brought them, and I just want to thank Crude Frost for nominating this team so I can take them under at least my wing. And I also want to thank Bloom for letting go of Nug here so that he may be on my team. No, I
And
literally
thanking no one for picking me up, you know.
no, actually six mans. Shout out to the six man's crew. JT's been absolutely dominating in there, and I've heard good things. And as obviously it was on the field, but I just told these guys, I was like, look, we're coming. We're almost midway through the season. Let's just terrorize the rest of this league and make sure that everybody sweats their way into the championship. I told them if we make it, we make it. If not, I want people sweating.
Fair enough. Guys, that's all the time I got for you here tonight. Thank you so much for joining me on the desk. Congratulations on your win, and we will see you all next week. Take care.
Yep. GG's Bloom.
Thanks.
Okay, that... I mean, Crude Frost, we've got one more thing to go over before we end our night out. I mean, with this coming through, we've got one more match here this week. And it's going to be HSA versus Infinity Creative tomorrow, the run back. But I mean, this week has been a week of upsets. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know my league anymore. But you know what's more important than all the upsets, Crude?
What is that?
It's the playoff race. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your official playoff race as of now. Things are starting to heat up. You definitely want to stick around. Also, I gotta remind everyone in chat, we should not be beefing this hard. Guys, settle it on the pitch, I'd say, but we just saw what happened on the pitch. We're going to be rating out. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here today at Champions League. Congratulations to Lotus. And for Team Bloom, they're still in a comfortable spot. They are still atop their division and everything like that. But it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this goes on. I'm honestly excited to see how this all turns out. But we're going to be rating out. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We hope you all take care and have a great night. Join the Discord if you haven't already. It's a great place to be. Make sure to get involved in some six-mans and all that. But we will see you all tomorrow.